Page 90, Soldier's Joy, or Hornpipe. On this page, they're introducing you to the E-flat major scale. E-flat major has 3 flats. Wonderful. And as usual, I encourage you to go do my scale video on E-flat major. You do the arpeggio video too if it's up. If it isn't up, don't do it, I guess. But do the scale. If you already know the scale, do it 2 octaves up and down. If you don't know the scale yet, just do 1 octave. Just 1 step at a time on this. I'd like to point out a few things about this piece. You will notice that the time signature is cut time, as in 2-2, as in a half note gets count, which means that an 8th note is 1 ienda, 2 ienda, 1 ienda, 2 ienda. So there at the bottom, at the first full measure, forget the pickup notes right now. It's the first full measure. It's here, these notes. 1 ienda, 2 ienda. While you're learning this, put it in 4/4 time temporarily and just go 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Watch the staccatos, they're important. Now, if you don't like putting a thumb on a black note, you're working in certain key signatures, you almost have to. You just about have to, otherwise your thumb has to play this, so you end up playing like a 4th finger and a 2nd finger. Something like that, or here. Or this. And on the last G, rather than that, put the thumb on it, and that puts you in position to go on. To adjust the fingerings if you don't, but if you can, I encourage you to put the thumb on the black note on certain key signatures like the E-flat major scale. So that's what I'm going to cover. If you have to adjust your fingering, you go right ahead and adjust it as you need to. At the top of page 91, first measure is okay, the second measure is okay. Look at the last 2 8th notes in the second measure. The E-flat F, fingering 2-1. And then, next measure, finger it like they're showing. It's a little tricky at first, but you'll get this quite a bit, so it's good to get accustomed to it. It's just 2-4-1. Yeah. Going on, second line, notice the fingering, 3-1. You can also finger those 2 8th notes as 2-3. And then in the next measure on the quarter notes, you can do a 4 on the first one and then a 2. If you want, that works. I tend to use different fingers on repeated notes, so I have a habit of, if like on the repeated notes there on the second line, the G's, the F's in the next measure, and the G, I do a 2-1-2. You don't have to, it's just my habit, and I'll do that throughout. Third line, last 2 notes, there's an 8 VA, so now we got to go up an octave. We're up here. Etc. Until you get to the end of that line and the 8 VA goes away, you're back down here. And that's about it for the right hand. The left hand is staccato. Just keep it staccato. You see at the bottom of page 90 it starts staccato, and then they have a simile. That means keep doing it that way. And the whole thing is pretty much staccato on the left hand. Nice light, just bounce off the keys. And I keep my hand here, and I'm using a light wrist staccato here, not a finger staccato. Your hand will move around a little bit, so be prepared. So in this, take it really, 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 really slow at first. Hopefully the rhythm's not a problem. At the beginning there, 90, it's here. Now the trick is staccato in one hand, legato in the other. Good luck. Get that first, nice and slow, just as slow as you got to go to get it at first. It doesn't matter how fast you go. What we're after is to be able to do legato in one hand and staccato in the other. That's what we're after. Then when you get over to page 91 on the second line, now they're both staccato most of the time, so it's not so bad. That's a little easier. But this other, you have to take it slowly and you just gradually speed it up. Now it's allegro, which means fast. It's a cut time, but it's your speed. It's your fast. How fast do you want to take it? It's just, don't take it my fast. You take it your fast. Watch the dynamics, because we've been loud up until the second line on page 91. Now it's soft. And the accents on the last measure of the third line. And then soft again, because now we're in 8VA up here. Up here? Yeah. Just the right hand, not the left. And then at the end of the line, the AVA goes away, and then you're back down here. And then you DC Al fine back to the bottom of page 90. The dynamics go to the melody. I'm trying to play the right hand louder than the left. The right hand is what you want to hear. The left hand is just there to support. So that's... Because if I play both hands the same, it's blech. And a lot of people will play it that way too. But no, keep the left hand really, really, really subdued down there. And it's a fun piece.